Previously on Dandies in Danger.
So we want to go into Mass, go to your bell tower, perform Open Sesame.
And go into the presumably secret tunnel that is hiding there.
We need help from Ryan, or possibly Fergus.
I thought you would never call. You also hear a knock on the door.
And we may have invited a friend.
Hello, Fergus. Please come in.
We've called you back again with a pact that would enable us to bring these items into the church undetected.
Here's what you received from Carrion. You received the Boon of Shadows, where you can transport yourself through shadow. You can travel anywhere as long as the shadows are connected. And then you also received Boon of the Void, which is you absorb an attack entirely into a void that sprouts from your hand. This is what you've received from Fergus. The Boon of Divine Protection, which is a plus 13 defense to your already 7 defense, so it equals 20 defense. And you also received Equine Summon. Summon spirit horses to trample your foes. That's the name.
No.
That is the name of the pirate-looking guy.
Oh, that's poor stupid. Never you mind.
No, rather...
We do need to mind, actually, because if there are other people doing this, we could perhaps use their help.
Hi, my name is Eli, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hello, I'm Cass, pronouns she, her, and I'm voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, pronouns he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast. My pronouns are she, they, and I play the voice of Adrian Edwards.
Alright. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Time for another recording session.
No, it's Wednesday in game.
Oh shit.
As well.
Whoa.
What a coincidence.
And uploading.
Oh my god.
It's Wednesday for everybody. Mass is this evening, and the gates of the
It's
church.
this evening? I thought it was
Yes.
tomorrow.
Wednesday. Well, you made a pact with Carrion and Fergus
On
last
Tuesday
we
night.
checked in.
On Tuesday night, yeah.
Tuesday
Wait,
night.
I had thoughts about something else to be done on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. What is the thoughts on the Tuesday night?
Well, I don't think we have time for this, but do we want to run back to the Grand Grimoire and see if Manoj or the Jester person are there and
You
talk
can
to them?
if you want.
We could do it, but it would be
You
a
can
really
if you
big,
want.
sidetrack.
You certainly can.
Well, then I wanted to, we should maybe discuss it as characters.
Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
We can say that
So-
you're still at Fergus's house.
Yeah, okay. Did he get us some tea? Does he have any tea?
Yeah, he got you some tea.
Okay. Then we're all sitting down, finding somewhere to sit.
Books around you everywhere. There's
Mhm.
kind of you have to move a few things to sit down. You have to move a cat to sit down sometimes.
Will a cat sit in my lap?
Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
Linus is very friendly.
Wait, what does he look like?
Oh, he's
Well,
the blind one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So his eyes have been stitched shut since he was a kitten, so he had
Mhm.
kitty flu, and then his eyes had to be excised. But he's healed, and cats don't really need their eyes anyway.
What color is he?
He
Long hair, short hair?
He's like a short-haired tabby,
Okay.
Is that a
excellent.
gray tabby or kind of a brindly brown tabby?
a brown
And
tabby.
is he a milk tabby? Does he have a white belly and white feet?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's
This is-
got a little white diamond on his head
Oh.
that stretches down to his snout.
That's very, very, very important. Wait, is his nose pink or black?
It's pink.
Okay.
God.
Okay, all right. We're sitting down to tea with Linus.
Never mind who owns the house. Today's episode is about Linus and having
Tea with Linus.
tea with Linus.
Welcome back to Tea with Linus.
Very cute.
Okay, so we're all sitting there. Linus is in Adrian's lap specifically.
You've decided.
Yes.
Claimed.
The dogs have all kind of chosen a person. The gray one with the missing ear and the hoarse voice is sitting by Liam.
I'm restraining myself because otherwise I would need to know every single detail about each dog.
Okay.
We
Doing
have
really
to
well.
move on.
Yeah.
We gotta move
the
on.
animals are around you.
Okay. So Adrian's sitting there, he takes a sip of tea, and so we saw that civet creature in the mirror, yes?
Yes.
And that
Mhm.
belonged to the...
Minoj?
Yes, I think so. And The person we saw both at the market and who happens to work at the church, they exist. I know we were getting very revved up to head into the church the next day, but would it behoove us to go back to the market and see if we can speak to those people?
What?
Considering that man got his little critter deep in the church, I think.
Supposedly. That's what you saw, right? You saw 3 lights and a civet.
Yes, I would say that's exactly what I saw.
Right, well, then perhaps...
Well, how would you propose talking to them about that without tipping our hand?
Well, that's got to be someone else's idea. I've got us started.
I suppose. That's true, you did. Don't know if I would have thought of that idea, actually, so that was very clever.
Well, good for something.
I don't suppose anybody who really goes to these establishments has much care for the church. It's possible that Manoj is on the same mission, but we can't be certain, and we don't know what Manoj's real motives are, seeing as how we've only met him once, and that was in a seedy tavern.
Carrion laughs a little bit.
Oh? Do you know of Manoj?
I know of many things.
Perhaps, do you know how to be straightforward?
No, he hasn't figured that out yet.
Ryan.
He lifts his head and blinks at you. He's languidly on a bunch of books.
Yes.
Is Manoj his own agent?
He thinks about it. Everyone is driven by something.
Ugh, Jesus Christ.
Zachary kind of nods thoughtfully at this. Like, he knows he's not going to get straight answers out of him, but he also understands that with these sorts of creatures, reading between the lines is the most important. So that tells Zachary that Manoj is looking for something about, around, or having to do with the angels, and it might be the angels themselves, but there is some importance why he's there. That doesn't necessarily mean we can trust him yet.
We do have spells now. We could persuade him to tell us what he's up to and hope he doesn't want to kill us afterwards.
You know, that's a crazy idea, but at this point, I don't think it's a bad one.
All right. I'm just...
You're on a roll, Adrian.
Thank you.
You really are. Bang up job.
Tea is good for you, for your mental state.
It's the cat.
Oh.
Everybody kind of nods and goes,
Oh, it's the cat.
Lioness imparts his blind wisdom. +2 to wisdom when carrying Lioness. Oh, sorry. So Zachary thinks some more and he goes, all right. But there is certainly someone else there that we could talk to. That person that we saw, not only playing cards, who was dressed like a jester, but we saw them outside of their jester costume within the church. He points to Liam. You remember this, yes?
Well, yes, exactly. That's the person you took a hair from.
Yes.
And so it would behoove us to know more about them if we're going to be disguising ourselves as them. But again, that would be incredibly risky if we tip our hands that we are going to be masquerading as this person. But I suppose we could get some more information about whether or not we might accidentally run into them at the church tomorrow.
Well, why tip our hand when somebody who's got very good charisma could just go and talk to them and learn more information? I mean, all we really need is a name. You're not prying numbers for a safe out of them.
We all stare at Liam, who has +5 influence.
Well, I suppose if all else fails, we've got it down to 2 names. If we walk into the bar and call one of those names out, and the person turns around...
Oh, for Christ's sake. That's not...
Adrian is the ideas guide today.
Well, now, hang on a minute. Then. If we've got our hoods on and they can't see who we are, if we just call out their name and they react, then we'll have our name.
Adrian might be too shy to do it, but Daniel might... Wait, what am I saying? This is a silly plan.
Why don't we just
what
talk
is
to them?
If anybody shouts out anything, everybody turns.
Yes.
It's true.
It's true. They just go in and they're like, Ari! Everyone looks and like, oh my god, they're all named Ari.
Wow.
Liam, are you afraid to talk to them?
Well, no, certainly not afraid to talk to them.
It
I'm just,
seems a little like you're a bit afraid to talk to them.
I am not afraid to talk to this person.
Yes.
I would be happy to do that. I was just offering a suggestion. But
I'm sorry.
I think we can go in and perhaps not shout,
Yes.
but perhaps find them again at the gambling table, hopefully.
We could always ask around about them.
We know one of their names. We know Manoj. And we think we know the other person's name, right?
Yes.
So perhaps we can ask about them to other people.
We could go to the bar.
Exactly.
Adrian's like, I want to talk to the big lady.
Well, all right. If we think we can still make it there and in time to get enough sleep before tomorrow, I think that's a good idea.
Sleep.
Fergus
All right.
covers his face and rubs it like, I can't believe you're doing it.
You wanted us to get the job done. We don't have a lot of other resources, but could we also have a ride, please?
Like stares at you over his fingers and he's like, fine.
Thank you.
Zachary pets the dog and then gets up and they all leave.
All right.
He takes you to the Grand Grimoire. Oh, he probably takes you to Zach's house first. You pick up the cloaks, then you go to the Grand Grimoire, so you are in disguise. And the guy is not waiting for a password, and he says, come on in. And there are slightly less people here. It's a different night. The bartender is still there, and the beaded curtain is still there, but you don't know what's beyond it.
Is the succubus there?
Yep.
Zachary puts a hand on Daniel's sleeve and just is like,
What?
nothing.
What do? Who do you talk to? Where do you go?
Well,
Maggot is there again, as well.
Oh, excellent.
that's nice.
Zachary will let go of Daniel and go over to Maggot then.
Okay.
But
I guess, I mean,
but you guys can go first.
Well,
You guys didn't discuss exactly what you're going to do.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because I don't know if we should be splitting up,
Yeah.
especially to leave Daniel alone.
I can be trusted. I am a grown man.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Grown male urges.
If we're going anywhere, we have to all go as a group. So if we're going to say hello to Miss Maggot, we should all go do that. Then we could go to the bar to discuss.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's a good idea.
Right.
We all shuffle over.
You all go to Maggot.
Everybody has one hand on Daniel, picking him up, and then just carrying him over. No, I'm just kidding. It's just like...
Not needed. You're embarrassing me. You all go over and she looks at you. She says, oh, hello. And she kind of like cranes her neck a little bit to see inside your hoods a little bit, but of course she can't. And she's like, is it you four again?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It is. And she's very happy to receive you since you bought her out.
I'm afraid we don't have any gold this evening.
Well, you know how to fix that problem.
I suppose that's true, said Zachary. Just curious, though. While you've been working here, have you ever come across the name Ari Wormsblood?
She thinks about it. Wormsblood, what a beautiful name. No, I haven't.
Do you know Gertrude?
I know a harpy named Gertrude.
Well, that's not going to help us.
Well,
I don't speak with her anymore, not after that. I don't assume that's the Gertrude you're friends with.
No.
Cracks her knuckles.
No,
Don't
not
believe
friends
so.
with... Not actually friends with any Gertrude, actually, to my knowledge.
Wonderful.
Ha.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Well, lovely seeing you again. Excuse us, we might go and play some cards and be back once we have some winnings, eh?
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
And thank you so much for our previous purchases. They're incredibly useful and much
wonderful
appreciated.
product.
I'm so glad to hear that. And thank
All right.
you.
Should we move
Good
to the bar
evening.
now?
Good
Yeah.
evening.
Okay.
You guys go to the bar.
Scooch on over.
The bartender you saw before is still there. She's this, like, largely built, but a bit plump as well, woman with a very stern face. And she's, like, abnormally tall. Her skin is a little gray and a little shiny looking, kind of like an amphibian, but not slimy. She looks kind of cautiously at you guys, and she's cleaning a glass, and she says, evening shades, what will you be having?
What do you recommend?
Well, what are you?
A poet.
Is that your species?
No, I'm a human.
Right. Then no burning coals for you.
That
Oh.
would be preferable, yes.
All right. What do you have that's not burning coals?
We have some ales and wines.
Oh, I'd love some wine. Do you have a red?
I do.
I'll take your house red, please.
Do we pay with
And for you?
gold here?
All right.
No, I take any kind of coin.
Fantastic. In that case, Liam's buying, and I'll take a glass of Chardonnay.
And for you?
I'll have whatever Adrian's having.
Oh, thanks for giving my name out.
Fuck!
She would warn you, she would look around and then she would lean forward and she'd say, you must be new here. I would advise never to give out any personal information, especially a name, if you can.
Zachary nods at this, and he immediately realizes that asking about Ari Wormsblood is going to be inherently impossible.
Is Daniel gonna get a drink?
I'll have a red as well. And then she preps 2 Chardonnays and 2 house reds. And then she pulls out this glowing little vial and she says, for your own good. And she flicks it and it pops off and then she puts 1 drop each in your wines. So add a +2 to your luck.
Nice.
Ooh.
Wow, she is super nice.
She's concerned for you guys.
I would be too. Zachary's probably the only one that knows how to act in these environments where it's like... And I realized I also gave Liam's name away when I said Liam's name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So you're welcome, love.
I promise.
And even he's floundering. Yeah.
Liam probably discreetly reaches over and touches Adrian's hand. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
It's alright. He's hiding his nervousness. But he's also very pleased that the bartender sweethearted them.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He's distracted.
Does it taste good?
Yeah, sure. It's good wine. It's actually very high quality stuff.
I'll have to come back here.
Zachary actually...
You feel a bit like brighter and more lucid.
This is a problem, actually. Zachary can't drink this because it's alcohol and he's in public.
Yeah.
Zachary doesn't normally imbibe.
Why'd you get a wine?
Yeah. He wasn't thinking.
Well, to not be suspicious, to not stand out. He's so used to, when he's offered alcohol in public, to literally just hold it.
Okay, then
I don't have
take
any
away
luck.
the +2 of your luck.
Adrian leans over. I can drink that for you.
And then Adrian gets +4 luck.
That would actually be stellar.
That'd be cool.
Oh my god, do you want it? Alright, if
Yes.
Adrian drinks Zachary's drink, then Adrian has +4 luck.
Yeah, Zachary kind of like scoots it over to him and then looks over at Liam and goes, "Give him your wine."
Excuse me?
I've already sipped a little bit, but I can
I thought we
certainly
were
give
discouraging me from this sort of behavior, but if I'm allowed.
We are. Can I roll for Zachary to sense what she put in the drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just excited to have 2 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
Been very good recently. You don't know this, but I have. Well, except when Daniel and I had some wine.
It's an 8.
I mean, you saw that she
Did you
put
add-
something in it.
Did you add
and that-
wisdom?
It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You know that she put something good in there, and that she was concerned for your safety, and so there was something possibly to help with your safety in the wine.
Okay, he'll just ask her, because I assume they're still standing in front of her, just like, lovely, might I ask was it a little garnish that you put in there? What sort of energy have you put into our drinks?
Lucidity.
Thank you.
Great.
Interesting to put something named, he would think, we already know it's luck, but he would think it's interesting to put something called lucidity into a drink. And
Adrian's over here thinking, I could have as much as I want.
he sort of, when she leaves, he sort of leans in closer to the lads and goes, with enough lucidity, one might actually be able to pry some information, perhaps, out of certain individuals. So that means if we pour all our resources into one person,
You can't see it, but Adrian's face is just shining, ecstatic.
we have to decide, though, who is going to do it. Now,
Daniel starts sipping.
stop that, he says, and he takes it from him.
he was like angrily sipping, like he doesn't like this idea.
Will you knock that off?
Well, we could buy another glass, just of regular wine.
Right, Liam. The rich friend.
Our tallest friend.
Our tallest friend can. Our tallest, bulkiest friend can buy us some more.
So, if that's the case, we might want to pool all our resources into one person.
Well, Adrian's still hoping it's him.
Who do we think can function the best under the influence?
Me! Adrian says.
Zachary sighs but nods and goes,
Yeah, they all kind of agree.
My toxic character trait is coming in useful.
So Zachary actually like takes the glass from like Liam and he takes the glass from Daniel and he pushes them towards Adrian and he gives Adrian like a look that goes, drink man, drink like there's no tomorrow. Do it.
I think I would probably say Liam's already had like a little sip off of his. So would we give like one for Liam
One luck
and then
for Liam,
and then
one luck
and
for
okay, cool.
Adrian.
And then you get to decide what side of the glass you're gonna drink out of.
Well, he wouldn't, I don't think. He's too excited about getting to drink the drinks.
He doesn't
so
care.
He wouldn't even notice the indirect kiss.
Daniel didn't drink enough.
Okay.
So it's +0 luck for me and +2 to you.
Okay, so 6.
6,
In
7.
total?
So you have 7 luck.
Oh,
Wow.
7 luck and Liam has 1 luck.
This is very exciting.
Adrian stands in front of his drinks. I was born for this.
Faster, faster!
He's double fisting.
Quick, roll to see if you can shotgun it. No.
Faster, lad! So, alright.
All right, I'm feeling confident and ready to mingle.
That's fantastic. Now go over there and gamble.
Will you come with me, though?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
It's not very crowded tonight. There's less people, so you're able to get to the beaded curtain without having to roll for it.
Wait, shit, Liam, I'm going to need all of your money, because we didn't bring anything this time.
Well, that's all right.
So I said your name again, I'm sorry.
Oh, hush.
Shit.
Hush.
Sorry, but may I have your money, tall friend?
We should have aliases.
That's right.
Liam should be
Tall friend.
I'll be
the hare.
Jack.
Can I be Greybeard?
Oh my
Wait.
god.
Jack.
They'll never know it's me.
Like Jack Rabbit.
Oh, Harry. Like a hare. Anyhow, I need your money, please.
Of course.
Discreetly.
He gives him his money.
All right.
Just like hiding it, funneling it through the cloth.
Yeah, through their sleeves.
Just acting so sus. Zachary is like, I hope this is a good plan.
Zachary spies the bartender looking at you guys with concern while she's cleaning something. She's like the sock monkey meme. She's just like, oh, fuck.
It's so funny because if Zachary was doing this by himself, he's so certain that things would be going so much more smoothly. But as it is, for some reason, when he's around you guys, he loses himself and has a good time instead. And he's like, don't do that.
I'd like to say I have been behaving the entire time.
You have. Anyway.
All right, we walk through the bead curtain.
Yes.
Who dare?
The same crowd.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Same crowd.
Wait, before I sit down, somebody give me a little coaching as to how I should make my in.
Say that you would like to place a bet?
No, I mean with the people that I'm supposed to be talking to.
Well, that's true.
There is a space open next to Manoj, and there's a space open next to the Jester.
And that's two different seats.
There's 2 seats open.
Okay, but it's not directly between them.
No.
Okay. Well, how should I lead? Looking at Liam as the people person.
Yeah, so is Zachary, actually.
Well, see, this is a conundrum because usually in polite society you have someone introduce you to someone else. It's still quite rude to just walk up to somebody and ask them their name.
We've been introduced before, though, in a sense. They've at least played a card game with us before.
That's true.
Just say fancy meeting you here again or something.
All
One of
right,
those platitudes.
I can do that.
You hear a voice. Manoj speaks up and he says, "Sit down on the edge or sit down at the table, but don't stand."
Yes, coming. All right, here I come.
You can do this, Adrian.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
Zachary goes and sits somewhere else.
Adrian is going to go sit down next to Manoj.
Manoj. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Because he knows its name.
You are between Manoj and Gaff.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Wait. If Gaff's there, Adrian goes over to the table and he's about to sit there next to Manoj. And then he turns and he looks. And then he scoots the chair back in and he moves. And he sits down rather next to Stilton and the Jester.
Gaff scoffs. And he kind of feels like I'd scared him away.
Yeah.
Feels like a big man.
Yeah, he feels like a big man.
Adrian settles into his seat and he says, well, it's a little too hot-blooded over there for me. I'll sit at this end of the table.
Yeah, so Stilton kind of awkwardly wants to make conversation with you, like he finds you interesting, but doesn't know how to breach that. The Jester hasn't really paid you too much mind.
Fair. Is this the usual crowd? Hmm?
You could say that, says the dealer.
Well, that's nice. Well, I'd like to deal in.
Of course, that's why you sat here.
Yes!
They're playing another game that you do recognize. It doesn't matter what it is. You're just going to roll d20 for it to see how well you do. And because of your luck, if you spend a point of luck, you roll with advantage.
Okay. Is the Jester wearing their hat?
Yes.
Okay.
Their hair color looks exactly the same as the hair that Zachary got from that person at the church.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll for the card game. You're just playing.
Yeah, okay.
You can roll to talk to...
Then Adrian's going to try to lead in. He's going to sort of prop on his elbow on the table. And he's like, that is a fine feathered hat you're wearing, my friend.
They glance at you and picture their feet are on the table. And they kind of smile and they say, thanks. And then they look back at their cards.
All right. I got to figure out what to do.
Adrian just like, his empty hood just like slowly turns back to look at the
Looks
3
over his
other empty hoods.
Liam will gesture sewing
Sewing.
and point at the hat.
Did you make that yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Adrian's actually impressed. Like, that's a wonderful talent.
Thank you.
Is that your... well, I have no personal talk. Sorry, I remember that rule. Haha. Is it your trade, though?
They smile, and they tap their cards on the tip of your hood, and they say, no personal talk.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm just so beguiled.
Oh my god. This was exactly what I wanted.
We haven't had enough Adrian yet in these last couple of episodes. That's why it's good you went up to the table.
Oh my god. Lucid as hell.
Uh-huh. He doesn't have a cat in his lap. He can't get the good ideas.
The plus 2 wisdom is gone.
You guys keep playing.
I mean, is there any reaction to him saying he's beguiled?
They kind of snicker a little bit.
Okay. Adrian then kind of turns to Stilton, I guess, and he's like, they're not much the talkative type, eh? I suppose no one at the table really is, because you're not supposed to.
You can talk a little bit.
Oh, really? Well, what do you all talk about? The game?
Yeah. And the weather. And how much money we owe each other.
I've noticed. I've been here a night or two. The jest of a friend of ours over there tends to fold a lot. Is that their usual strategy?
That's probably the smarter thing to do.
Oh.
And right as he says that, he loses a round.
Oh, no. God, what do I do now? Do you know them?
Somewhat.
Are you all comrades? You seem to be regular players.
Minoja's eyes flick to you. He has a very cautious and kind of stern face, like he's wondering why you are asking so many questions.
I've had 4 glasses of wine.
He looks back at his cards.
That man's a handsome chap, but a bit intimidating.
Oh, yes, he is.
Adrian.
He's not interested in satyrs, though.
Oh, that's a shame. Adrian then leans back on his other elbow towards the jester, and he's like, what do you think, eh? About that one over there. Handsome? No?
They kind of tip their chin up to kind of eye him, and then they think about it, and then they look away, and they're like, not my type. I like men.
Oh.
Just not that particular man.
Oh, I see.
Not that individual.
Well, fair enough.
Interesting.
Some drama between the two of them.
Do you know each other?
Not really.
Oh. Well, then I suppose there would be plenty of reason not to like him. You barely know him.
He's a stickler for rules.
I've gotten that impression. He's got a lovely little creature, though. What is that?
I think it's a weasel.
A weasel. If you could have a little animal companion, what would you have?
A unicorn.
A unicorn? That's above and beyond what I was thinking about. See, I would have said a simple cat, but you're thinking completely outside of the box.
Well, if it's completely in my imagination, then it can be whatever I want.
Right.
Is she charmed by him? Is this what I'm getting? Like, this is working, is what I'm hearing?
I don't know.
They're talking.
He's asking the right question.
That's true, yeah.
They're talking.
Okay.
They are opening up a little bit to Adrian.
Well, what color unicorn?
Black.
Oh.
With shimmers of starlight.
Oh my goodness, that's quite bewitching.
That's the point.
You're right. You're very good at this.
And a twisting horn.
A twisting
slay
horn.
all of my enemies.
Do you have many of those?
Yes.
Ooh. Adrian goes, now how would someone as charming as you go about having so many enemies?
Oh, perhaps they just don't like a charming fellow.
Well, more's the pity to them.
Nice.
They kind of look at you and they're like, you're cute, Shade.
Oh. Adrian blushes.
Which no one can see.
I know.
You get little diagonal lines on the outside of this.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm so excited. The reason why I wanted to give Adrian all the luck is because people would think he's a harmless lush and be more readily able to tell, like, a harmless, semi-clueless new lush some things.
They just said that you're cute.
Well, why don't you buy me a drink sometime?
I'm dying.
Can you roll d20 for that?
Okay. Oh, God.
Come on.
Come on,
Can we use... Oh, yeah. You
Yeah,
can use
can
one
use
of
my
your
luck.
luck points, right?
You can use 7 luck points.
Well, like, does the luck count as, like, oh, you've used one of your luck points to roll with advantage and now you have 6 luck? Is that how it works? Yep. Okay.
If I really wanted this to land and I wasn't getting any good
Then you
rolls, I
could
could
use
use all
another
7, but please.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
5.
5.
So you can use 1 luck point.
Can I add anything like my influence? I only have 1.
Yeah, you can add influence.
Come on.
4.
You could try one more time.
Yeah, you could
Because if
try
you get this
another luck
person
point.
away from the table, that might be helpful.
Yeah,
One more
you've got 5 more luck points to spend.
Aha.
16.
Okay,
Mhm.
17 in total.
They laugh a little and they say, maybe not that, but perhaps you could buy me a drink.
Well, alright. Happy to if I can continue our conversation.
They're charmed.
Heh hoo.
The game finishes. They kind of turn to you and they say, how about that drink then?
Alright, let's go.
your shade buddies are like, yes!
In their cute little hoods, they just
Mhm.
Wee, good job! Zachary's a little curious about Manoj, and he looks to Daniel and he looks to Liam, and he goes, do you think perhaps one of us should go over there and fill in for the two of them, see if they can glean some information off Manoj?
Sure.
I think that sounds like a very good idea.
It won't be Daniel because I don't want to talk to myself.
Hey, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay.
So it's got to be between...
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of empty seats, so we could both go up there.
Oh, that's true.
That is true. All right.
Liam will pass a little money over to Zach so that he can participate as well.
Zach nods and takes it, and he looks over at Daniel, and he goes, behave yourself. And then he gets up.
I'm going to actually go into the other room and keep an eye on Adrian. Make sure nothing happens.
Actually, that's a fantastic idea. Good luck.
He nods and he leaves the beaded curtain room.
Mm.
Where do you want to sit?
I'll sit next to Stilton.
Okay. So Zachary will sit between Manoj and Gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Liam, you're sitting next to Stilton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You both are dealt in. You won't be rolling for the game. You can roll to talk to people.
Okay.
Zachary had sat down and he had nodded to both.
Gaff's upset that you're next to him.
He's not paying too much attention to Gaff. He's trying sort of to observe Manoj. Can I roll to see if I can glean any information off of Manoj?
Yeah, you can add your wisdom.
Me and my special eyes. Let's
Yeah.
go. 17.
Okay.
And more specifically, is his civet with him?
His civet is with him.
Fantastic.
Right now it's sitting on his lap.
Can Zachary sense any magic off of it?
Hella magic. Off of Manoj and off of the civet.
Hmm.
Okay, interesting. But he can, even without rolling, he can sense hella magic off of him?
Yeah.
Was that the impression he got last time?
Yes.
Okay. Zachary says, good evening to Manoj.
He kind of just grunts at you.
His coldness makes me want him more.
Oh, same.
Forbidden fruit.
I know. They play around. I'm not going to have Zachary talk to him again until the next round, I think. He's really just observing Manoj, seeing how he plays and, like, observing how he thinks.
Do you want to roll for observing how he plays?
Sure. 17.
Okay. You notice that he tends to play safe, and he tends to be very decisive. He makes a judgment quickly and surely.
Mm.
And the civet watches you and seems like it's, like, smiling almost. Like, it seems very happy that you're next to it. It's in, like, complete contrast to its owner.
Gosh darn it. All right. Sorry. Okay.
Cute animal.
Cute animal fun. Also, Zachary has a big weakness for cute animals.
Mm.
And it is kind of cat-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
So Zachary observes that about Manoj, and then gets distracted by the civet. That's rather a cute feather you have on you.
He actually looks at you when you say that. And then he looks at the civet, and then he pets it. Yes, she is.
Where on earth is a creature like that from?
Same place I'm from.
He doesn't ask further because he knows the rules.
I will talk to Stilton. How's your luck this evening?
Abysmal.
Abysmal. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, chap. Is it usually that way?
Often. Yes. It seems to
Often?
be getting worse.
You know, I run in with some terrible luck myself sometimes. It's dratted inconvenient, I think.
It is certainly that.
Well, do you have anywhere to go after this to lift your spirits?
I'll crawl back into my hole.
Is that in the metaphorical sense, or is that a particular kind of abode that you have?
I live in a hole. In the ground.
Oh, a literal hole in the ground. Well,
Yes.
To each their own and such not. Is that common for folks like yourself? Satyrs, I think I heard you say.
Well, I'm trying to connect myself with Earth.
Connect yourself with the earth.
Yes, trying to.
To what end?
Well, to stop being so sick, I think.
Oh my, you poor soul. How are you sick? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Hey, what's wrong with you?
My dentist. Hi, what's wrong with you?
What ails you?
Oh.
That's what he'll say.
Gav pounds his fists on the table and he's like, he's stuck on this side of the plane, alright? He can't cross over to the Vale. We know the story, yes, he's stuck here. How sad. How very sad.
Are you also stuck here?
No, I can go as I please. I just like coming here. I live on a building. I'm a gargoyle.
That's marvelous. I've heard that there's some pretty incredible structures around here. Is there a particular building where you reside?
Manoj finally seems like he's getting a little upset by this, and he says, "Why are we talking about ourselves?" And the table kind of goes quiet, as everyone remembers.
You all need to learn how to loosen up and make friends. Be true to yourselves. Open up your hearts.
Well, I don't want to hit on any touchy subjects here, but I have seen some stellar churches around here, and if you happen to be, one of the sentinels on such a building, well, my compliments.
Give a +1 luck to you,
Ooh.
because Gaff likes that you called him a sentinel.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
He actually doesn't say anything to you, but he doesn't seem upset with you for the moment.
Sometimes that's the best reaction.
Yeah.
And Stilton says, "Well, I don't mind talking about myself." "Yes, we know," says Manoj. "I'm sad." "We know."
Can Liam reach over and pat his hand
Stilton
comfortingly?
Yeah. He's got kind of a gnarly hand with a bunch of, bumpy moles on it, and he's got some, thick nails that are kind of claw-like and yellowed, and he's very hairy.
Well, I suppose it's much easier for their lot to be able to talk freely about what they are and where they come from. There's always a veil to go back across, isn't there? Says Zachary.
Stilton seems sad by that.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry. Says Zachary. He continues playing again.
Does Manoj react to that at all, or is he just...
Probably not.
No,
Alright.
Manoj tends to be very quiet.
Okay, Zachary knows this isn't wise, but a lot of how Zachary gleans information from people is not by talking to them, but seeing how they react to things. So he's actually going to turn and he's going to look at the civet, and then he's going to offer his hand just close to where it is so that the civet can sniff it. He's interested to see how Manoj reacts.
His one eye, looks down at your hand, and he seems very tense. And the civet, of course, in complete opposition, seems very, loose and free and happy and curious, and stands up and sniffs your hand. And Manoj doesn't do anything, but he is extremely tense.
She's so sweet.
Yes, she is.
Oh, forgive me, I should have asked. You seem rather protective of her, though she is such a rare and lovely creature.
Yes, you should have asked.
Apologies.
He pets her.
Does she have a name?
Yes.
Are you not even allowed to say the name at this table?
And he turns to you and he says, "I am allowed to do as I please."
Right, apologies.
She looks quite intelligent. More so than a rabbit or a weasel that you see in this area.
He's just still petting her, and he says, "She is. But she's only an animal."
Is that so?
It's a good thing Adrian's not there anymore.
Oh, yeah. How is Adrian doing
Yeah, do
with
we-
Ari?
Yeah.
When you guys are done with this, we can check in with Adrian.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's check in with Adrian.
Okay. I assume they're just gonna stroll over to the bar, right?
Yeah, you would have to...
There's no wait staff, I'm guessing.
No, yeah, you'd have to go to the bar.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the bar. Adrian's just gonna take a seat, and he's gonna do something that might be a bad idea, but he's gonna take off his hood. Yeah.
Okay. No, I like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is good.
Gets into a seat, takes his hood off, and he ruffles his hair. Well, what can I get you?
Oh, you are handsome.
Hell yes.
Oh my god.
Hell yes. Let's go, Adrian.
Holy shit.
He blushes very hard.
I'll have some mead.
I'll try some mead. That was not listed before. I'll happily try some mead. And he signals the bartender.
She comes over to you, and the jester kind of leans on the bar counter as if they're kind of used to the bartender, and they say, Priscilla, could you get us 2 meads, please? This one's paying.
Yes, I am.
And Priscilla, the bartender, is like, of course. And then she brings it to you pretty quickly out of her little barrel.
Okay, then Adrian is first going to try the mead. Says I've never had this before. He has a sip.
It's a dry mead, so it's got a little bit of a bite, but it's also very sweet.
Well, he says this is very good. This might have to become one of my regular haunts.
That would be lovely.
Do you come here quite often?
I try to.
Is this sort of a getaway?
Yes, very much so. Like an entire weight seems to fall off of them when they say that.
What is it? Is it work, family? I could tell you some things about my family, but perhaps after a few more drinks.
Well, then I hope we get there.
Wah! Adrian blushed hard.
Dang, let's go. I'm so stoked. Oh, this was the right move. Oh my god.
Yes. Zach piled that luck.
Well, it's just society.
Adrian nods solemnly. Yeah, God. Fucking society.
Oh my god.
We live in it. And how about you?
Well...
Did you recently discover this place?
It, is... He takes a sip of his mead. I was tipped off by a friend who, knows I was looking for something with a little more character.
I see.
I'm a poet, so I do need to get some inspiration.
Oh, a poet. Are you also a practicing witch?
Not personally.
Oh shit.
They raise their eyebrows at that very interesting answer.
Seeing as how you're in a witch's bar. My dude.
They take a sip of their mead, and then they lean over to you and they say, I'm not either.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, we'll have to stick together, won't we?
There's a couple of us here.
Oh, all right. Well, we could start a club.
Oh my god.
Possibly. Right now I'm just enjoying you and me.
That's nice.
Oh my word.
Adrian takes some more sips of his mead. So it seems you know this bartender very well. Is she nice?
She is nice. She'll hate if I tell you this. She's tough on the outside, but she's actually rather kind-hearted.
Oh.
She's a Cambion, poor girl.
Adrian nods knowingly as if he's familiar with that. He's like,
They explain. They say, Mother was a human, father was a demon.
Oh, sounds familiar. I mean that figuratively, but,
Oh my god! Oh, okay, let's go.
You're a rather haunted soul. Though I guess you would have to be a poet.
Ain't that the truth?
What kind of poetry do you write?
Well, it's rather bleak stuff, if you must know.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite.
You be careful you don't give away your name.
Do you have any of them memorized?
Let's say he does.
You could literally,
You wanna pull one
read
up?
up, you could pull up.
Oh,
read one
yeah.
of the ones. Yeah.
She's getting more information out of you than you are out of them.
Adrian's getting charmed himself. Well, a few, I suppose, if you were interested in a bit of a recitation.
I would love that. My own private recitation.
Yes, I don't do that for many people. But why not? All right, let me think a moment. All right, well, here's one. It's a bit short, just, to give you a sort of preview of my work. It's titled A Word in Motion.
They raise their eyebrows.
I'm very nervous.
Why? I wrote it.
I know, but Adrian's got to read it.
Secondhand.
He's got to put on his poem voice, his poetry reading voice.
This will be our first time hearing his poetry reading voice.
Yeah.
That's true. This is exciting.
It's kind of stupid.
No.
No.
No, you haven't heard his poetry reading voice.
Ooh, let's go.
All right. He takes another sip of his mead and tries to straighten himself up. get air in his chest.
Uh-huh.
He does not look them in the face, though, because he's too shy.
Mhm.
All right. A word in motion. Love, a word in turbulent motion, which teaches, torments, and devours. Blood that churns round like an ocean, setting me to pace for hours, and 'neath the milky moon it cowers. I am corrupted by its wake. And he sits back a little and takes another big drink of his mead. What did you... Oh.
They clap a little.
Oh,
He said,
thank you.
that was spicy.
Oh, wow.
That was beautiful and emotional and bleak, like you said.
My goodness. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I felt myself in a grey storm.
Oh, could I mean, do you mind if I write that down?
I don't mind.
All right.
As long as you share your winnings with me.
Oh, it's not so much winnings per se, but
Earnings.
certainly.
Sorry, I play games so often.
I think Adrian just chuckles a little bashfully. Let me think. I gotta steer this back to them.
Uh-oh, you are also engaging with a charming person.
Whoops.
Mhm. If you're not much of a practicing witch, then how do you know about this place?
Well, I've sort of never really fit in with the regular crowd, I suppose you could say.
Oh my gosh. Same.
Oh my god, you know me so well.
We couldn't do personal talk at the table, I know, but you did say you made your own hat, which is very handsome and smart. Is that your trade, or is that still your little secret?
Well, I don't do hats so much anymore. I've moved on to bigger and better things. They seem a bit perturbed to say better.
Tell me more about that. You seem a little perturbed.
When you said better.
Yeah.
Well, it's safe enough. It pays well, but it's not particularly enjoyable.
You know, I have a friend in a very similar situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The place of work suits what they need, but perhaps not what they want in their soul.
Absolutely. So I come here, where people treat me the way I want to be treated, for the most part. But even when I'm being punched in the face, at least they treat me as Peregrine.
Oh, is that what you go by here?
Yes, it is.
That's a very beautiful name.
Thank you. I wish I could go by that name everywhere.
Well, what if perhaps you just strolled into your place of work one day and declared that was your name? Would they kick you out?
I don't think they would understand.
Sounds stuffy.
Quite stuffy. Literally as well.
Peregrine. Actually, 2 questions. Do you accept the name Perry, or is that off the table?
They squint and they say that's off the table.
Fair enough. It doesn't have nearly the amount of class as the full name. Secondly, do you do commission work for your seamstressing? If you call it that. If you call it something else, I'll call it that.
Tailoring.
Tailoring! That's the one. I don't get out of the house much.
They seem a little off-put that your mind went to
Shit.
seamster first.
Shit.
Seamstress
Yeah.
first.
Sorry.
Yeah, and they say, but they seem interested in the idea of a commission. And they say, well, what would you be hoping to commission?
Well, how are you with waistcoats?
I can do a waistcoat
Can
easily.
you do flowers? Embroidery, I suppose.
Embroidery?
Yes.
I haven't tried my hand at embroidery.
Well, you seem quite skilled, judging by your hat.
I suppose I could try it.
Well, certainly.
I would take your measurements.
All right, well, how would we move forward with this endeavor? Certainly we can't take my measurements here in the bar.
You could meet me on Friday. Here.
Friday, you say?
Yes.
Do you have anything sooner in the books?
Not at the moment.
Ask if Peregrine's going to be busy tomorrow
I mean,
at work.
Like in the day.
should I say, are you busy at work tomorrow?
Well, phrase it nicely, but then we'll know if we're going to have to keep an
Will
eye
you be
out.
busy? Will you be
Yeah,
at work?
okay.
Will
Well,
you be at work? Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you tailor, do you tailor in a tailoring shop? Could I simply meet you at your building? Tomorrow I am absolutely free.
I'd take your measurements someplace else.
Oh, it's tailoring your side hustle then.
Well, tailoring the things I like is.
Well, I'm afraid I need to start this commission tomorrow. Do you get a lunch break?
I do, but I don't think I'll be able to do it so quickly. Well, I suppose I could.
I mean, to get it started, obviously you couldn't make a waistcoat in, 30 minutes.
I suppose I could hop out, take your measurements in an hour. I have a place you could meet me.
All right. I do realize I don't know, this is very sudden and a bit forward, but honestly, it's really nice to meet someone who also shares the similar sentiments of, I am a poet, I promise.
Well, I heard some of it earlier.
Yes.
I believe you.
But you know when you connect with people, you just sort of feel a kinship.
Yes.
Well, that's why I'd like to get some tailoring done by you.
I see.
So I don't mean to be pushy. Poets aren't known for their social etiquette.
No, you're not.
So, but if you're willing to meet me tomorrow, that would be the bright spot of my day.
Priscilla, could I have something to write on? And Priscilla gives Peregrine a little paper and like a little pencil, and Peregrine writes down an address and then passes it to you. They put a time there as well.
Can I see what it says? Or is
It's like noon to 1.
All right. Thank you. I will meet you there.
You will have to ask for me by the name Harold Hopkins.
Is there anything I should bring?
Not particularly, but be aware that we will have to take your waistcoat and your coat off to take measurements.
Well, yes, of course. I will wear my finest silk beneath.
Wonderful.
All right, thank you. I feel very shy now, but thank you for having this conversation with me. Do we have any mead left? Would you like another glass?
I would love another glass.
All right, let's do that.
Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateres as Zachary Wilkos, Cass as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.